Hello and welcome to the Newshour. Tonight, a very special segment where we have with us the permanent representative of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, Dr. Abdul Majid Hakeem Ilahi. Dr. Ilahi, many thanks for speaking to Times Now. This is a difficult time for Iran. How did you first get to know about the assassination of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei? Where were you at the time, and what went through your mind at that point?
Yeah, thank you very much. Actually, it is during the time of Ramadan, and at that time I didn't sleep. I was looking for the news because the attack was against Iran. Suddenly I received the news from Iranian agency that Ayatollah Khamenei, he was martyred, and his house and his office was attacked. So then I came to the office and I saw a lot of people started coming to my office for offering the condolence to me. And it was a very bad situation when I heard this news. But what I saw is feeling of other people, from Muslims, Shia, Sunni, and even Hindus, Christians, Buddhists. All of them were started coming to the office and crying and feeling very badly, crying, and they showed their sympathy, solidarity with Iranians.
So, do you recall your last conversation with Ali Khamenei? When was this? What was it about?
Actually, some months ago, when I went to Iran and I wanted to come back to India, I could meet him. And I asked him, do you have any advice for me? I'm going to India. He said, please, I advise you to read more about India. And he mentioned the name of some books related to India. And he said, I know India very well. And he started asking of some scholars, whether Muslim and non-Muslims, and said, I wrote his books, I wrote his books, I read his books, I read his books, and started to mentioning about their books. And he sent my salam to our brothers and sisters in Indians, and I love them. And Indian people have very, very big capacity and capability, and in the near future, India will be one of the most powerful countries in the world.
I want to ask you, Ali Khamenei was killed in his own office. Did you ever anticipate that America and Israel would attack him directly in such a direct manner? Did this come as a shock and a surprise to you?
Actually, yes. Do you know, the people of Jeffrey Epstein Island, they don't know humanity, they don't have morality, how they are dealing with the innocent girls in the island. These people, everything we expect to come from them. Even Ayatollah, several times the security people in Iran advised Ayatollah Khamenei to move from his house to another city, but he refused. He said, no, I will not go. If you could provide safe city for 90 million Iranians, then I will go. Even they asked him, please, we will provide you some bunker and safe place, basement, the basement. He refused. He said, at first you have to go and build for 90 million Iranians, then you come to me. He was his ordinary work, and in the early morning he was in his office, and near to his office is his house. As you know, he was living with his wife and his his granddaughter and his daughter-in-law, and all of them have been killed and martyred. Yes, actually, since that time up to now, and that up to now, I've received all people from different section, from different religion. They show their sympathy, solidarity with Ayatollah Khamenei. Even some people have come here and they crying, they cannot stop their crying and they cannot stop keeping their tears. And although they are not Muslim, even one of them asked him, why you cry for Ayatollah Khamenei while you are not Muslim? He said, I'm human being. How they attacked him, how they killed him, this is out of humanity, out of justice, out of morality, out of everything. We are human beings and we have to be human in our life.
The situation, of course, is extremely complex at this point. How do you see a transition now taking place in Iran, as there is news that is being reported that his second son has taken over as the supreme leader? In fact, it is all over every news agency that Mujtaba Khamenei, the son of Ali Khamenei, will take over the reins as the leader, supreme leader of Iran. What can you tell us about him and how does it go ahead from here?
Actually, up to now, there is no decision for his successor, who will be after him. This is just a news. They said his second son will be after him, but it's not true. Up to now, no one announced it. There is no right and true news. But there are some council and they gather, they will choose the one who is qualified for this position, and they said maybe up to tomorrow or in the next week they will choose him, because the situation is not good to gather 85 experts and choosing the supreme leader, new supreme leader.
You said many people are grief-stricken with the killing of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, but Iran has responded to this assassination and the targeted strikes. Many parts of Middle East are now being attacked by Iran itself, and this includes the Gulf states. What do you have to say about the Iranian response so far?
Actually, from the beginning, when the first 12 days war started, we announced that any country provides bases for our enemies, US, America, and Israel, we attack them. This is our right to attack that bases. But unfortunately, some bases in our neighbors used by US, United States of America against us. So we are fighting and attacking that bases, and never we attack our neighbors. We have very, very good relationships since 100 years ago with our neighbors, and we would like to have very good relationship with our neighbors. And now it's actually is not in our hand because we don't have any other option. We have to stop the aggression of United States against our civilians. As you know, United States and Zionist regime started attacking our hospitals. 2 days ago, they attacked Gandhi Hospital, which is one of the biggest hospitals for the children in Iran, in Tehran, and they attacked girls' school, primary schools, which the result of that was 173 innocent girls, the age from 7 to 12 were killed. So they started killing innocent people, and yesterday also they attacked market, bazaar in Iran, and a lot of houses. So we have to defend ourselves. We have to stop this aggression. We have to stop these attacks against Iran. So we have to attack their bases in different places. But we announced that never we want to attack our neighbors. We have very good relationships with our neighbors. We respect them, and we hope that very soon this war with conflicts, this crisis will stop, and no one suffers under this situation.
Well, Israel itself has its own story of how they were attacked first October 7th. But before I get there, I want to ask you, there have been varied reactions in Iran to the death of Ali Khamenei. On the one hand, we've seen many mourners, but on the other hand, many women are also celebrating that their hijabs can now be removed, and they have welcomed this moment of liberation. Shouldn't there be some introspection by the regime as well and become more progressive and liberal, accommodating the aspirations of the women of Iran? What do you have to say about the different opposing kinds of reactions?
Actually, Iran has 90 million. The population of Iran is 90 million. Among 90 million, maybe less than 100,000, less than 50,000 of them, they are against this government and Ayatollah Khamenei. This is something is normal. But if you look at the majority of the people, more than 90% of the people, they are living on the bombing of Israel and United States. Day and night they shout that we want retaliation, we want we want peace, and we want to get the retaliation from the killers of Ayatollah Khamenei. Yes, it's happened. It's a normal that maybe 2,000, 3,000 people come out and they show their feeling, and this means that we have democracy in Iran, everyone is free, he can indicate his feeling and his idea, his concept.
Well, Dr. Ilahi, President Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu have said that their war is not against the people of Iran. They are against Khamenei, the Revolutionary Guards and the Basij, which had cracked down so brutally on the protesters both in 2022 and in the early part of this year, where hundreds and thousands were killed. How do you see these remarks that have come in?
They are joking. They are joking. Or maybe they don't know what they say. 173 up to 75 innocent girls were killed. They are Revolutionary Guard, they are military people, and their age from 7 to 12 years old. And even a lot of American senators denied this action, and they were crying. Even today in the morning, I saw in social media that some American says, just now I went to the school of my daughter and got him and started crying. How about the mothers of these girls who have been killed? And also yesterday or day before yesterday, they attacked hospital by the name Gandhi in Tehran. The hospital is Revolutionary Guard. Is it military place? And also they attacked yesterday the market, the bazaar. More than 1,000 people till now have been killed, innocent people, civilians, and even the granddaughter of Ayatollah Khamenei is less than 1 year, is 9 months only, he was killed. How they say just only we attack Revolutionary Guard or the military or Basij? They are joking, actually.
Well, Dr. Ilahi, you said Iran is not an aggressor, but why is it attacking Oman, which is a country that tried to mediate between the US and Iran itself? Why turn against Oman?
Actually, this was denied by Iranian authorities. They said never we attack Oman, and Oman is one of the best friends. We have very good relationship with Oman, and Iran never attacked Oman. Yes, I heard that there was a ship, they carrying some oil for American bases, they attacked that one. But they didn't attack Oman.
Well,
It was also denied by Iranian authorities.
an Indian lost his life in that one, but we've seen a heated political debate back home in India as well on Ali Khamenei's past remarks, including on Muslims in India, where he claimed they were being bullied and oppressed. Shouldn't these comments have been avoided? Isn't this interfering in India's internal affairs? Would you say this was a mistake on the part of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei?
Actually, he was saying that we have to support all our people in our country because they are citizens of this country and they have to be supported regardless their religion. This is what he wanted to mention, that if we are on the authority and in the power, we have to be just for our citizens, regardless their religion and their approaching.
But India is a secular democracy and India has looked after its people. What was Ali Khamenei's position on India?
Actually, several times Ayatollah Khamenei advised Iranian government as well as he advised us that we have to try to have very, very good and strength relationship with Indian government. I remember once they wanted to deal for Chabahar. There was some problems between Iranian government and Indian government, but when we sent the message to Ayatollah Khamenei, he ordered very strongly that they have to provide all facilities or opportunity for Indian government and they have to have very good deal with them. Even it was more than some years they wanted to open Cultural House of India in Tehran. They couldn't open it, but we sent a message to Ayatollah Khamenei that India wants to have Cultural House and some of our people doesn't allow that. He said they have to do it, and he ordered strongly that they have to open their Cultural House in Tehran. Always he said we have mutual relationship with India, and this goes back to more than 3,000 years ago. It's not something new. And always he was advising our ministers that please try to have good relationship with Indian government, who are in the government, whether this party or another party. But the most important thing is India. I remember he was saying, if you want to know the history of Iran and civilization of Iran, you have to read the history of India and civilization of India. Actually, he was full of love towards India.
Not many are convinced about that after his recent statements on Article 370 CAA. But let me also ask you, President Trump said, I got to him before he got to me. I want to ask you directly, Dr. Ilahi, did Iran have plans to assassinate President Trump?
Never, ever, because never he had any intention or he mentioned anything about killing Trump. Never he said that. But the President Trump wants to justify his crime issue and his criminal attack to Ayatollah Khamenei. Never Ayatollah Khamenei wanted to kill Mr. President Trump or any other people. And as you know, there are a lot of senators and members of the parliament in America or governor in different states in America. They mentioned there is no any evidence that Iran is the enemy of America. Iran wanted to do anything against America.
What about the charge against the Iranian regime that you were trying to acquire nuclear weapons? Will you still deny that?
Actually, this is not also true. Exactly, it is a fake. I remember for the nuclear weapons, according to a statement which we call it fatwa of Ayatollah Khamenei, is forbidden and is haram. So Iran never can have nuclear weapons. But he wanted to have it for the peace operation, like drugs and medical and also medicine. They wanted to have for their hospitals. This is for the nuclear. And never Iran wanted to have that one. And this was announced by all of Iranian officials. Even recently, 2 days ago or 3 days ago, our president announced that, I swear by God, I will say by which language I have to announce it, that never we want to have nuclear weapons. And even recently also, the Garussi, he mentioned, the Director General of agency, nuclear agency, announced that Iran never, there is no any evidence for that Iran wanted to have nuclear weapons. There is no any evidence. And since 3 decades ago up to now, Iranian nuclear weapons was under supervision of the agency, and this is a normal supervision. Thousands of people, they were supervising our nuclear bases, but never they said anything wrong about that.
I wonder why nobody believes these statements of Iran. But I again want to ask you, where is all this headed? Is there any possibility of any negotiations at this age? Will you come to the talking table with the United States of America and Israel to end this most ugly war?
Actually, I think a lot of people, a lot of countries, a lot of people are suffering in these circumstances, in these conditions. Because the price of petrol is increasing, the price of gas increasing. And there are a lot of people in our neighbor countries are jobless, or maybe they are living without having secure place. This is the responsibility of the other countries to negotiate with United States to stop the war against Iran. They have to negotiate with Israel to stop war against Iran. Iran from the beginning started negotiation with United States. We were in Geneva, we were in Muscat, we were negotiating with them. But they left the table of negotiation and they attack us. We didn't start this war. We are not starter of this war. They started and they have to stop it. Our people are suffering, yes, but we have to defend ourselves. How we can keep quiet and be silent while day and night, 24/7 hours, the bombs of United States and Israel come to our civilians and kills our civilians. This is the responsibility of other countries to go and negotiate with America and stop them for attacking Iran.
There are enough civilians losing their lives even through the Iranian missiles. But here is the problem. President Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu have repeatedly said that Ali Khamenei and his regime was waging a proxy war. And that is the truth. After all, people have seen what happened in Israel. Iran funded and armed the Hamas. It funded and armed the Hezbollah. It funded and armed the Houthis. Well, Hamas carried out those terror attacks in Israel. Didn't Iran sponsor a proxy war in the region? And today, the situation that we are seeing is a result of that?
Actually, this is not true, because the history shows everything to us. When Israel attacked Lebanon in 2000s and in 19s, and he went, Israel occupied Lebanon up to Beirut. Okay, the people didn't have anything to do. Iran supported some Lebanese youth spirituality, and he asked them, you have to defend yourself. Please, Israel attacked all his neighbors, attacks all his neighbors. Let me know, 80 years ago, where were Israel? They came and they occupied this land, and day and night they are killing them, they are attacking them. So why they don't have right to defend themselves? The Hamas also, Iran supported them spirituality, but never Iran wants to bring the conflict and crisis in the society.
What is the spirituality behind the October 7th attacks on Israel? I don't know. The world is failing to see that, but Ali Khamenei did not condemn that terror attack by Hamas on Israel on October 7th either. He actually justified it. So do you see where the genesis of the problem is?
Please, we have to go back to the philosophy of that attack. Why they attacked? Please read the history of these people. Read and look at the situation of these people, how they are living. What was their situation? We don't want any innocent people to be killed.
Well, every war is a result of people trying to justify the reason, the philosophy, and in the end what we see is the situation that is unfolding in front of the entire world right now. I just want to finally ask you, what's your message to those involved in the conflict and the people of Iran? Some innocent, some just bystanders, some not connected with either of these situations, people in Gulf countries. What do you have to say about them?
Actually, I would like to tell to all people, please look for justice, look for freedom, look for peace, and don't look for the crisis and conflict and war. The war never brings peace and justice in the society and in the regime. We as other people, we are looking for the justice and peace and for the dignity. We want to have very good relationship with all countries, but unfortunately they want to have our wealth and they want to dictate their desires to us. Thank you very much for your conversation also and your interview. Well,
who is the victim, which is the aggressor? The jury is out on that. As of now, we just hope and pray, not just in the spiritual terms that you referred to, Dr. Ilahi, but genuinely that war comes to an end sooner than later. Thank you very much for joining me here on Times Now.